Let's get ready to roll.
In a tight battle for the World Championship in both the drivers and the constructors, these Marble Predictor videos bring us to the Mexican Grand Prix and the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. High altitude, high stakes, and high drama await. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. This iconic circuit goes all the way back to 1962, the first time it hosted a Mexican Grand Prix. Several times we have long gaps in when this race was held, but starting in 2015, it returned to the Grand Prix calendar and has been a hit ever since. Most of that time, it's been won by Mercedes and Red Bull. As we take a look at the back of the order, working our way through the starting grid, it's Colapinto and Gasly. Charles Leclerc was a shock out in qualifying early on. So too was Oscar Piastri, who lines up just in front of Lance Stroll. Gabriel Bortoleto in 14th, Isaac Adjar in 15th. In the RB, Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso starting in 12th, and George Russell just missed out on the top 10. Ollie Behrman next to Nico Hülkenberg. Up onto row 4, it's Liam Lawson, and a multi-time winner here, 5 times Max Verstappen, has found his way to victory lane here in Mexico. His teammate Yuki Tsunoda getting the better of the Red Bull driver next to Carlos Sainz, last year's winner. And then Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton leading us to the front row of Kimi Antonelli and pole sitter Esteban Ocon. And we're rolling. That drop comes at you so fast, and shot out of a cannon was Lewis Hamilton, but was passed by Liam Lawson as they headed down into that hairpin. And once again, marbles going all over the place. Several of them were caught back at that hairpin, so too right there as well. Meanwhile, up at the front, who gets the better of this? It's Kimi Antonelli. Isaac Adjar in second place. Great start for both of the RBs, running second and third. Hamilton in fourth, Ocon in fifth. Now gets by, now falls back. Max Verstappen holding in sixth. Then it's Norris, Ocon, Sainz, and Tsunoda. 3 marble battle up there with Antonelli and Lawson very close together. Max Verstappen is making up spots quickly. Last one here back in 2023, but had won 3 years in a row. Only broken up what would have been a 6-peat by Lewis Hamilton's 2019 win. Lots of marbles leaping off, only to hit that drop and build up incredible amounts of speed. Alonso has taken P1 at the front of the field. And on the outside there is the look. Alonso into the final third sector. Isaac Adjar, dive bomb move, battling out of Peraltada, and it is Adjar in the RB. Alonso, Antonelli, Lawson, Verstappen, Ocon, Norris. And it's once again a battle down there, and the green marble comes out in front. It is Alonso, only to be passed at the chicane by Kimi Antonelli. Contact between the two of them. Antonelli goes forward, they're side by side, and Fernando Alonso has the lead. Alonso has not won here. And interesting to note, the split marker, yes, I believe I saw that last time, has come dislodged at the end of sector number 1. It's between turns 2 and 3. You see that white line going across the track there to denote the start of sector 3. That's been dislodged. That's why we've got a virtual safety marble to try to figure out what is going on. And you notice there's Lewis Hamilton stuck as I say that. Oh, and Hamilton gets going again. Was that marker the cause we've got another marble stuck? Now this could be cause for a red flag if things do not improve. If that marker does not turn to where it's not impeding traffic, maybe we can keep going. But if it stays across like that, I'm not sure what they're going to do with this. Now, race control is trying to figure out, was that even responsible for Hamilton getting stuck in the first place? And you see the track go back to green. I guess that's our answer. They must have looked at replays, and you can see how sharp the edges of those curves are. Hamilton may have just caught at the exact wrong moment and gotten stuck in there. But we saw a second marble do the same thing. Either way, that sector marker must have moved just enough for race control to be happy that it should not happen again. That second marble that got stuck, by the way, that was Nico Hulkenberg. Drama early on here. Battle's continuing, and that was a nice move. Lando Norris is going to be one step ahead of Kimi Antonelli. Norris has been working up the order throughout this Grand Prix. Qualified better than his teammate, who was that early out in qualifying. And going around the outside there, nothing doing. Contact there really slows Verstappen down as they head into sector number 3. Take a look back at the chicane. We've got a marble that went off. That was Pierre Gasly. Has left the track. No yellow flag because there's no marble to block the way. But was that Lance Stroll that may have added to that, or may have even caused that collision? The marbles down at Alpine are furious. They are appealing to the stewards right now, who are going to be looking at this in replay. We will see what they decide. Flashing yellow light down there. And there it is. 5-second penalty for Lance Stroll for causing that collision with Pierre Gasly. We've not yet gotten a replay, but it was a ramping effect going right up the curb. And hopefully Gasly is okay. Landed on the soft stuff, but still that is quite a drop and quite a shock as well. Getting down into the final quarter of this race, and it is Lando Norris, leading by about 10 lengths over Fernando Alonso. You see the speed they build up through those banked sections. Then comes Antonelli, Verstappen, Ocon, Sainz, Tsunoda, Lawson, Russell, and Albon. Rounding out the top 10, Piastri has recovered, but is still sitting on the outside of the top 10. No, now gets there. 1 point on offer for Oscar Piastri, our leader in the championship. Max Verstappen trails the McLaren driver by 14 points, and then it's Esteban Ocon, Leclerc, and Alonso. So when they saw Piastri qualify so far down the order, they knew that there is an opportunity here. Is that Norris lapping Colapinto, I believe? And it appears so. Yes. Oh, there's contact out of the chicane, and that is a hot pursuit heading down onto the backstretch. Bortoletto and Hulkenberg are back there in 15th and 17th. If you take a look up front, you've noticed, by the way, the camera changes. The altitude has really been affecting both the cameras and the camera marbles. And as a result, we are a couple of cameras down for this Grand Prix. Technical challenges, not just for the competitors, but also for the broadcast. Final lap now for Lando Norris, trying to put as many marbles in between himself and second place Alonso as possible, but it's not going to happen. Alonso's very close now. A few turns to go. Norris winds around two right-handers and wins it in Mexico. Lando Norris captures the Mexican Grand Prix. Alonso in second, and Verstappen stands on the podium once again. This time only in third place. Kimi Antonelli, it slipped away at the end. Finished in fourth. Ocon in fifth. You also saw on that scoring pylon the movement well after the checkered flag by Stroll, tumbling down the pylon. That is, of course, because of the 5-second penalty, going from 11th down to 17th. One DNF, two marbles that were lapped in the process. At least one of them, Hamilton, because of the issues on the track. And this one was an odd one, frankly. We had virtual safety marbles, yellow flags. Good battle. Midfield all the way up to the front of the pack. And what does this do for our championship standings? It's down to one. Piastri and Verstappen are a single point apart. Ocon is back there in third, and McLaren still lead the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull, they have jumped up into third, hot on the heels of Aston Martin. Still several rounds to go in these predictor videos. Where will your favorites finish in both the drivers and the constructors?